Alright, hello everyone and welcome to the video. I'm Tragedy Reigns and you join me today in Wild West Dynasty. It's a terrific new game coming out just in early access recently. And I'm just going to take you on a quick tour. We've got nice sunrise going on over there. You can see some of the wilderness here. We got trees and rocky desert area here. So we're in a pretty good location, so that's why I've built my town here. So I'll take you on a little walk through my town, well, ride. So this is my house. As you can tell, I'm overburdened, so unfortunately I can't sprint at the moment. A proper house consists of the building itself, obviously, a bed, some kind of table, and a chair. I have a bunch of other stuff to make my house jazzy and nice, including a commode, which, if you're not familiar with the term, is an old-timey non-flush toilet. It's disguised as a cabinet, which is very nice. So I've put lots of windows everywhere, just because I like the windows, and I've put down every single workbench that I can create. So I've got my kitchen, I've got a brewing table, I've got a hunter's table, I've got a seamstress's table, but it's not implemented yet, so that's why there's no interact function. I have a blacksmithing table, I have a carpenter's table, and I have, this one says wooden table, but it's actually the tinkerer's table, which is basically the, like, minor version of the carpenter's table. And yeah, so we've got all kinds of different crafting stations in here. Nice big house. Doing pretty good there. So we'll go a little further into town. You can see I've got a couple of crops over here. I've got pumpkins and corn that I planted in the fall. If you look in the top left, you can see the seasons. I'm now in the second day of winter. So the crops take 2 seasons to grow, so these should be done by the end of winter. Then over here we've got the pigsty building, which currently only produces wolf meat. It's also another one of the buildings that when you look at it, it says a name other than what it is when you build it. Then over here we've got the shed, which is like the minor workshop. So it gives you sort of one step up from the tinkerer's table. You can make some basic hunting stuff. You can make some basic furniture. It's a little more higher quality, though, in most cases than the stuff you can make at the tinkerer's bench. You also have the ability to handcraft, obviously, so you can make tools. You can make survival stuff. You can create the workstations this way, and then you can place them. And you can make a couple of raw resources as well with handcrafting. Then over here, actually right beside the shed, we've got, this is my rabbit cage, my rabbit hutch, I should say. I theoretically have a rabbit in there, but it doesn't actually seem to show it. I'm not sure if it actually works yet. Then I've got a crop dryer, which you use to get seeds from crops you've harvested. Then we've got the pantry, which you can use to preserve food, which is really, really handy. I haven't dealt too much with the food because I don't think the towns and stuff needing to eat is fully implemented just yet. Then we can go over here. We can see that I've got a bunch of people living in my town, and they've got simple houses. Most people just have a bed in their house. Some people have a table and a chair. This guy just has, yeah, just the bed. Couple more houses there. Then here, I've built it kind of sideways. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I put that down, but this is my blacksmith. So you can go in there and you're able to craft. You're also able to assign workers. Oh, I'm stuck. You're also able to assign workers to all of your buildings, which I'll get into when we get to the end of town. So as you can see, I can walk in, I can interact with the blacksmith, and you can make some really high quality stuff here. Then next to the blacksmith, I've got my stable. I don't know if it's really properly implemented just yet. Then I've built this fenced area where I've got my horse that I started with. The horse I'm riding is actually a horse I purchased in town. Once you have a stable, you're able to buy a horse. As far as I can tell, there's no real difference between them, and given that the developers seem to be indicating that there's no real plans for co-op, I'm not sure why you can buy an extra horse. Then anyway, here's the workshop, which like I said is kind of like the +1 version of the shed. So you can walk in here, and you got a work table here. You can make like the comfortable double bed, the comfortable chair, decorative tables, stuff like that, like higher quality stuff. Alright, then we've got my sheriff's office. When bandits are implemented, you'll want a sheriff to minimize bandit attacks on the town. Not fully sure how that's going to work once it is implemented, but it should be interesting. I've got a general store as well, which I believe can be used to sell goods produced by the town. I don't know if it's implemented fully just yet. I don't think so. This is the warehouse. By building the warehouse, you found a city. So it has to be the first building you build when building a city. Certain things can be built like out in the middle of nowhere, like houses and stuff like that. But if you want to build a city and then shops and stuff like that, you do need a warehouse. And you can just load the warehouse up with all kinds of stuff. I'll also go over how to use wagons to supply the warehouse. We're almost through to the other side of town. Where's the prompt to get back on my horse? There we go. So there's some more houses up here, but nothing too interesting. So I think that's about all the shops and stuff I've built. Got a few more crops back here. That's a well with pump, and I did build a water tower, but it seems to have vanished. Or maybe that was on the file that got bugged out. So city, ranch, water tower. Okay, so we'll build that there. I have the stone, but I need 25 planks and 10 iron. Okay, so I'll have to come back and add the planks and iron. And I'm probably going to need a new hammer too, because as you can tell in the bottom right, the durability on my hammer is wearing down. Okay, so that's at least partially built. I should be able to finish that. So in the meantime, we're going to continue on here. So we're at the other end of my town. And you'll notice there's this little camp, which is another reason I built here. And there's always 5 people here every day. And this is where you recruit people for your village. So since I have a few available places, I'm just going to take a look at some of these people, see if any names... Oh, I don't know if I have someone with your name, so I might get you. And same with you. And you. Okay, so I think I have 3 houses, and you 3 have names that'll be easy to pick out. So let's get this guy. Hello, do you have a moment? Are you still looking for a place? Hey, rent this house. So as you can tell, I've got a building that just has a table, so I don't want to rent him that. Then there's my house. I don't want to rent him that. Another building with just a table, so again, don't want to rent him that. It's also not technically in a city. I probably built that because I needed to be able to build planks somewhere. So then, yeah, here's the 3 houses I have. I've only actually placed a bed in one, though. But that's fine. We're going to go to 50 because they seem to always accept 50. Alright. And then I should really add beds before I recruit the next 2, so... excuse me. I'm going to just whip over to these 2 houses here. And I'm going to put my hammer away so that I can access the place menu. And why do I not have any simple beds in stock? I'm pretty sure I built them. I built the beds. I know I built the beds. I built the beds when I built the planks. What? I did this before I built the planks, I swear. Alright, sorry about that, people. Apparently I'm losing my mind. Okay, so here we go. We've got the 2 beds we need. Let's jump back on our trusty horse. Alright, let's go back to these 2 houses. There on the back portion. Yep, here they are. Okay. Let's drop a couple beds down. I'm gonna flip them around this way so that it's uniform with the rest of the beds I've placed. Excuse me. And there we go. We got another bed in there. So we'll go recruit a couple more people. Alright, so, hey you, rent this house. And you. Rent this house. And, okay. So there we go. So I've taken you on through my little city there. Showed you how to recruit some new people. Showed you a few things that you can do with the crafting. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the management tab. And you can see I've actually built 3 cities, although these 2 are literally just the houses in the warehouse. They're just accumulating supplies at the moment. So we can select this city, and you can see all of the resources that are currently stored in the warehouse. You're able to go to the different buildings in town and assign workers. I don't need some of these places doing anything, so I don't have anyone working. And then if you click on them, you can get this drop-down menu, and you're able to add products. So I could have my workshop producing shelves, bookcases, rocking chairs, decorative tables. So you can do that with pretty much all of the buildings throughout the town that you've built. Then if we go to the screen again, click on here, we can go to transport, and you can see I have wagons. So in order to get wagons, you just need the warehouse. Then you can buy down here. They cost 100 a piece. I don't need any more. Then you'll increase the number of free carts you have. Then you just simply click send. It'll select an available cart, put the limit to maximum, even though this number doesn't change. And then you just select which resource place you've built to send it to. So I have several mines and barns, so I'm able to get stone, iron, food, and wood. So I will show you one of my sawmills. My mines are actually quite far away, but the sawmill is actually just up here. So you can actually see it now. So this is just a sawmill up here. Oh, my character desperately needs a drink. Fine. So in order to build this, you have to find a location on the map. So this will tell you a sawmill. You can see the icons. It's obviously saw and logs. When you find these, there's a little bit of a banner pop up on the screen, and it will show the icon to indicate what you've just discovered. It's the same for mines and for barns. Barn locations, though, are a little bit weird. Sometimes you can actually build them in a place where you're able to just basically grow wheat, because that's essentially what the barn does. I have a barn that actually isn't at one of those markers, and it still works. I've also got one here in town, and there's not a marker here for one, and it still works. So I think in certain cases, barns can be built in a lot of different places, whereas sawmills and mines have to be built right near the specific resource. So now you may have noticed there's actually buildings just past my town. This is the first village you find, the town of Taxation. There's a couple of merchants. Actually, there's a few merchants. There's a food merchant, um, a couple other sort of random stuff merchants, and a couple of general goods merchants. There's also side quests that exist in this town. I haven't found any side quests elsewhere in the game yet. But this will lead you around the area and sort of teach you how to do stuff. So the town is pretty interesting. You can get a lot of stuff here. I don't think you can get other livestock, or if you can, I don't know how. But that horse is the one you're able to buy. So once you have a stable, you can just sort of walk up here, push the gate open, and then 225, you can buy the horse, you'll put a bridle on it, and you can ride it back to your place. So I think that's pretty much everything I really need to show you for this just quick look at Wild West Dynasty. Next time, I'll try to hopefully get some buildings done up for my other cities that I've started to set up. And I may do some exploring or hunting, looking for a third iron mine, because I would really like to have an iron mine to supply my third city. So anyway, thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you've had fun with my little exploration of Wild West Dynasty, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Bye for now.